Hello everyone and welcome to a day in the life vlog. Now we actually have a very exciting day planned today, which is why I thought I would film this video. We are going to Llandudno, which means that I can go into Waterstones, I can go into Primark and a few other shops, and we are also going to finally see The Little Mermaid. I've wanted to see this for the longest time, you guys. It's been out for a few days now. Normally I would be pretty good at going to see it straight away. However, we've just been so busy, but we've made the time for it today and I honestly cannot wait. I feel like it's going to be so good. From all of the photos that I've seen, that is definitely the vibe I'm getting, and I know there are some original songs thrown in there as well. So all in all, I am very much excited, but it is boiling today, guys, and I've had to cover up because I actually burnt myself yesterday. I fell asleep in the garden and yeah, was practically burnt to a crisp. So I'm feeling very sensitive today, which is why I've covered up, but that means of course that I am boiling. But yeah, we're just about to head off to Llandudno now. Tom is just sorting out Kiwi, making sure that she is okay, and then he is the one driving today, bless him. So I'm probably going to read a bit. I'm reading The Outsiders by Michelle Paver at the minute, which you're currently balancing on, so I might pop a picture up on screen. And of course I will pick this camera back up once we arrive at Llandudno and we'll take you with us as we hopefully have a fun little day out. Right guys, sorry for the shaky hand. We have made it to Llandudno, but we misjudged the weather. Back home it was so sunny, bright blue skies, the sun was shining, and here it is not. It's very gloomy. I'll just turn you around so that you can see. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. So I feel like I'm gonna be freezing, which is not great, but at least we're here, we made it. We finally got a parking spot, which if you've ever been to Llandudno, you know that it is so hard to get a spot if you're just kind of trying to park on the streets, which we are because we don't want to pay. And yeah, we finally got a spot. I am ready to go. I've got my Waterstones tote bag here, which I am not sure if I'm gonna fill. We shall see. But yeah, I'm gonna hop up the car now because Tom's waiting for me and head off to do some shopping. Right, we've made it to the cinema, and in case anyone's interested, this is our usual order. So Tom gets a hot dog for himself. I get the munch box because you get a drink, you get popcorn, and you get Magic Stars in there, which is fantastic. And then a large Pepsi Max cherry there as well. So yeah, we're ready to go. Got our tickets. There's little posters there, and we're very excited. You excited? And just like that, you guys, I am now home. I do apologise that I didn't really film a lot whilst I was out. I'm still very nervous at filming in public, especially kind of locally, so I do apologise. Hopefully you got to see a snippet of my day though. I did want to film more in the cinema, but it was actually very busy, and yeah, stage fright got me. I felt a bit awkward, so I did just film that clip for you guys without my face in it, so apologies again. But I'm back, as I mentioned. I do have a stack of books here that I need to haul for you guys, and I will just say that Kiwi is here. She's chewing on a Frozen chew toy that we've bought her, so if you hear any squeaking or any background noise, essentially that is why. So guys, I did not plan on buying this many books. I was planning on buying 2. I picked a few up whilst I was at Waterstones. I put them down again. I thought I don't really need them. However, I went in with one book in mind, and there was only 1 copy left in that Waterstones, and so of course I had to pick that one up. And then I did also find 2 other books that caught my interest, and I bought another one at the works because it was on sale, and you'll be blown away when I show it to you guys. So without further ado, let's dive into this haul. 1, because it's heavy, and 2, because I would like to show you all of the books I bought. So first up, we have this beautiful book, which if you're on Bookstagram, Book Twitter, or BookTube, you will probably have seen this book around, especially if you are a fantasy reader. Now this is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I have actually put this one onto my June TBR, even though I didn't have a physical copy at the time. My plan was to go to Waterstones this week and pick one up, and lucky for me, there was one left in stock. So I grabbed it as soon as I could. Tom actually found it for me, bless him. I had walked around a few times and couldn't see it, and he managed to find it and obviously gave it to me. But this is a new fantasy book that involves dragons. That is all I know. That is my basic knowledge of this book. From what I gather, it's a Dragon Academy, or, you know, Dragon Rider Academy type of thing, but I haven't actually looked at it properly. It is beautiful. There's nothing on the book itself, but we have a map in there, which you guys know I love me a good map. I was gutted though because I've missed out on the special editions of these with the sprayed edges that have the dragons on them, which I'm gutted about, but I will hopefully be getting my hands on the Fairy Loot edition of this as well. But I wanted to buy it and read it first, so that if I don't like it, I don't have to buy the Fairy Loot edition, but if I do like it, then I will be able to justify that decision as well. Oh, we have another map in here, which is gorgeous. And oh, this is set out very strangely. So we have chapter breaks in the middle of a page. Oh no, okay, I think we have a quote and then a chapter break, so that just caught my eye for a second there. But essentially, I've seen this around everywhere. Everyone has loved it. I haven't seen a single negative review for this book, and I've just been sucked into the hype, you guys. You know I love a fantasy book. Just from the shelves behind me, you can see that I read predominantly fantasy anyway, and especially fantasy with dragons, because who doesn't love a good dragon story? And this does actually remind me of the Priory of the Orange Tree in some way as well, just because of the Dragon Rider aspect to it. Right, there isn't a little snippet for the synopsis here, so I am just going to read you the whole thing. It says, "Welcome to the brutal and elite world of Basgiath War College. 20-year-old Violet Sorrengail was supposed to enter the Scribe Quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now the commanding general, her tough as Talon's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre. Dragon Riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away. Because dragons don't bond to fragile humans, they incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Rayorson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise, yet with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly, the kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Everyone at Basgiath has an agenda, so sleep with one eye open, because once you enter, there are only 2 ways out. Graduate or die." Doesn't that sound phenomenal, you guys? I'm so happy to have this one now. It's one that I do plan on reading this week, so as soon as I finish my 2 current reads, I will be diving into this one. I'm hoping to film a dedicated reading vlog for it as well, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that and click the subscribe button if you don't want to miss it. But yeah, this is the book that I wanted. I'm so glad that it was actually there and that I managed to get my hands on the last one. The next one that caught my eye was The Hike by Lucy Clark. I've read a book from Lucy Clark before. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was though, so I will just check the list here. It was The Castaways, of course it was. Yeah, I read that last year on my holiday. I really did enjoy the writing style. I felt like it was a well done thriller, and so I have been interested in reading more of her books, which is where this one comes in. It was on one of the tables, I got sucked in and I read the synopsis and immediately added it to this pile. So in this one we are following four main characters who one day decide that they want to go on a hiking trip into the beautiful Norwegian wild. There is a darkness to this wilderness though, as 1 year ago a woman had actually gone missing, and since that there has always been a lot of suspicion and unanswered questions. Now the friends are hiking right into that mystery, and on the trail is someone who would do anything to keep their secrets hidden. And their main aim is to stop this group of friends from getting away alive. That just sounds amazing. I feel like this is one that I will fly through. I love anything that is in a sort of isolated, natural setting. So this one was perfect for me. Again, I haven't really heard anything about it, but I saw it there and couldn't resist. And then same goes for The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This was actually on the same table as The Hike and they both caught my eye, which is why I ultimately bought them. But this is one that I've actually seen Cody from Cody's Book Corner talk about recently, and again, just from the way she described it, I was very interested. I think I added it to my Amazon wishlist, and when I saw it there today I just decided to pick it up because again it sounds like it's going to be a really good thriller. So for this one it says that 5 attendees are selected for a month-long writing retreat at the remote estate of Rosa Vallow, the controversial high priestess of feminist horror. Alex, a struggling writer, is thrilled. Upon arrival they discover they must complete an entire novel from scratch, and the best one will receive a 7-figure publishing deal. Alex's long extinguished dream now seems within reach. But then the women begin to die. Trapped, terrified, yet still desperately writing, it's clear that there's more than a publishing deal at stake at Blackbriar Estate. Alex must confront her own demons and finish her novel to save herself. I don't want to know more, guys. I feel like this is again going to be such a good fast-paced thriller. So this was definitely an impulse buy, but I'm happy to have it now, and once I read it my mum will likely read it as well, possibly Tom's mum, so a lot of people will be getting their hands on this. I never used to buy thrillers actually, but these beautiful hardcovers were too hard to resist, and again this is the real winner for me. I'm so glad that I found a copy, cannot wait to read it, and I'm very happy with this stack. And then of course, like I hadn't spent enough because I also bought my stepdad a Waterstones gift card for Father's Day, I decided to go into the works as we were passing. Now this isn't actually that bad because I went in there just to kind of have a browse. I tend to know which kind of books there will be at the works, and so when I saw this one and saw that it was on sale, I just couldn't leave it there. The book I'm talking about is Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion, and this is the second book in the Legendborn series. I'm not sure if there is a name for it. Oh, the Legendborn cycle. So wasn't far off. I read Legendborn, or rather listened to the audiobook for it last year I believe, and I fell in love with it, you guys. I tried to read it physically, I struggled a bit, switched to the audiobook and fell in love. And I have been wanting to pick up the second book, however I've just put it off, and I feel like this was why, because I stumbled into the works, this one was on sale for £3 and I could not leave it there. I am going to try and take off the sticker now though. Maybe that is a bad idea because I'm notoriously bad at taking stickers off books. Please do let me know down in the comments if you also hate stickers on books. I feel like they're so unnecessary, but then again I probably wouldn't have noticed that this book was on sale had there not been a big red sticker on the front of it. I honestly can't really summarise the plot of Legendborn well for you because it's such a complicated novel. It's quite a dense novel. It's a fantasy book, but it is also a retelling of the Arthurian legend, and essentially we follow our main character Bree, who one day finds out that her mother has passed away in seemingly unnatural circumstances. Everyone seems to brush it off though. She's the only one to think that things are a bit peculiar. However, she does put it out of her mind until she decides to apply to a certain college. Her father has been a bit worried about her leaving, however she is determined to go and kind of find herself once again after having to deal with her mother's passing. And when she gets However, she gets quite a shock because she's at a party one night and she witnesses something that she was never meant to see, which is a kind of magical battle, and one of the people involved actually tries to wipe Bree's memory. However, that doesn't work. She remembers what went on, and yeah, she is obviously curious to know more and is starting to wonder whether magic is connected to her mother's death. I feel like that was a really terrible synopsis, I'm really sorry, but yeah, I loved the first book. I'm not sure if I'd have to re-listen to it. I do remember enough, I feel like, so hopefully it will be good, but yeah. Couldn't leave this there when I saw it. I'm so happy to add this one to my collection, and I actually really can't wait to read this. So there we have it. These are all of the books I bought today. I, again, wasn't planning on spending that much money, but as soon as I walk into a bookstore, I just get so immersed in it, and I just find new books that I haven't really heard of before, or some that jump out at me, and I just can't leave them there, guys. So I did have another few books, but I did put them back. I am actually going to Liverpool this Friday though, and there is a massive Waterstones there, so we might be buying more books. I am going to put that in a weekly reading vlog, I think, though, rather than a dedicated video. So again, keep your eyes peeled for that, because yeah, we are going to watch Disney 100 in concert, so it's kind of like an orchestra thing, and obviously staying over at Liverpool, so yeah, that's going to be really fun. I do want to quickly talk to you guys about The Little Mermaid, because yeah, as you saw, we went to watch it, and oh my goodness, you guys, I loved it so much. I was a little bit apprehensive going in, just because when I first saw some of the characters, meaning the animal companions, I wasn't really too impressed. However, seeing them in the film, and obviously coming to terms with the fact that this is a live action remake, things have to look a certain way, and yeah, once the film gets going, it's really not weird. I loved the side characters. Halle Bailey was fantastic as Ariel. Her voice is heavenly. Her acting is phenomenal, especially because she doesn't have a voice in the majority of the film. So yeah, everything she was doing facial wise was just beautiful and fantastic and so engaging. Also, the guy who played Prince Eric, oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. I feel like he is the perfect casting for Prince Eric. I've just fallen completely in love with him, to be honest with you. I've even told that to Tom, like, tough. But no, it was amazing. All the casting, to be honest, was phenomenal. I really did enjoy it. It was funny. It was also quite dark. Like, there were some bits that really did scare me. There were a few jump scares as well, which I wasn't expecting, but it honestly meant so much to me, because if you guys don't know, The Little Mermaid is one of my favourite films of all time. I absolutely love it. I have watched it so many times I've just lost count, and so to see the live action and to see it all come together, I actually got a bit emotional when Halle was singing Part of Your World. I had a little tear in my eye, because I was just like, wow, this is incredible. The work that's gone into it, the cast, as I mentioned, was fantastic, and the songs were just amazing as well. So all in all, it's a fantastic film. Tom really enjoyed it as well. We were both laughing a lot because, as I mentioned, there are quite a few funny moments. Some of them were a bit dragged out because obviously this is more of a children's film, and so it was a little bit less serious at times, but as I mentioned, there were definitely some darker bits, and there was ultimately a really good balance between the kind of lightheartedness of it and the darker side of it. So it was fantastic. I would highly recommend. I really do want to go and see it again, and I've just fallen in love with the cast, as I mentioned. So if you've been putting it off, if you've been unsure, if you wanted to hear other people's reviews, all I can say is just go and watch it. It's fantastic. It's one of my new favourite Disney live action remakes, and I honestly cannot wait to watch it again, because yeah, it was that good. Right guys, I feel like I've waffled on for a while now. I don't know how long this video is going to be. As I mentioned, I don't think I filmed a lot whilst I was out, which I apologise for, but I do think that I might either read in the garden now because it's really sunny here. I actually ended up having to wear Tom's coat in Llandudno, you guys, because I was so cold. Obviously it's a seaside town, so I expected it to be a little bit colder. However, it was just so gloomy there, I was genuinely freezing, and so I wore his coat around, and then I also wore it to the actual cinema as well, because I don't know why, when I go to the cinema, I don't know if it's because I'm sat in one place for such a long period of time, I get so cold, and so everyone else was dressed up in their summer clothes, and there was me with a big WRU coat on. But yeah, I'm such a cold person anyway that I should have planned ahead, but let me just show you how lovely it is here. Look at this, you guys. There literally is not a cloud in the sky. It is gorgeous. It's still about 18 degrees, I want to say. So getting to Llandudno was a massive shock for me. But now that I'm back, I'm either going to sit in the garden, but I don't know because my legs are really hurting right now. I might just sit in the conservatory with the door open so that at least I get the feeling that I'm outside, because yeah, I was stupid yesterday, fell asleep in the sun and my legs caught the worst of it. And if you sit in the shade outside, it is very cold. So I might just sit in the conservatory, read a couple of pages of The Outsider, which I still don't have to show you right now. I'm so sorry. I might even make my tea first, you guys, because I do have some turkey bolognese that I made a few days ago and it needs to be used up. For those of you who don't know, I do tend to meal prep at the minute just because I'm trying to be a little bit healthier, a little bit more mindful of what I'm eating, and so I made a massive portion of turkey bolognese that has lasted me a good few days. So Tom and I are gonna have that for tea, and then I think we're gonna go to the pub just because we're trying to train Kiwi to be around people. So again, we still have quite a busy night, to be honest with you guys. I was going to edit my June TBR, but it was meant to go up about an hour ago and I still haven't edited it, so that's a task for tomorrow. So for now, I'm gonna go downstairs, sort myself out, read a little bit and check in with you guys once I do something a little bit more fun. In case anyone's curious, this is what the turkey bolognese looks like. It's actually really nice and really fresh. Kiwi definitely wants them though. Excuse the bags in the back, I need to recycle them. But yeah, she always loves it when I cook because she thinks she's gonna get some food. But essentially I have some pasta here, as you can see. I made the actual bolognese with 2% fat turkey mince, a courgette, some mushrooms, an onion, some carrots, a red bell pepper. I think I put beef stock in it, or vegetable stock, I can't quite remember, and 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, just from what I can remember. But it's really simple. You chuck all your veggies in and it's a lovely meal. So I'm gonna sit here now in the conservatory out of the sun and eat this meal. I don't know if you can see, but I have actually been listening to the Little Mermaid soundtrack, which I'm gonna carry on doing because it's fantastic. And I will chat to you guys later once I start reading. I know it looks like I haven't moved, but I promise I've had my dinner. It was lovely. And now I'm gonna sit down and read some more of The Outsiders by Michelle Paver, which I finally have to show you guys. This is the cover. Not the best cover, but I'm really enjoying the story so far. It's a Greek myth inspired book and it definitely is giving me the summer vibes. So I think that I'm gonna end this video here just because I feel like it's been quite long, but also I don't want to make it too long so that then it's a bit boring. But this is how I've spent the day today. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. Again, sorry for not filming a lot of b-roll. I did film quite a bit at Waterstones, but then we went straight to the cinema and I was too overwhelmed to actually film, but it was great. I've had such a lovely day. I am very tired now though. It is 5 to 7 at night, so I will be turning in soon. We may still go to the pub, like I said, just to get Kiwi to socialise a bit more, and she also needs to go for a walk. But other than that, I just want to chill for a bit and just relax, because even though today's been amazing, it has been quite full on, and yeah, we've got to look after ourselves, remember that. But if you have made it this far through into the video and would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and leave me a mermaid emoji down in the comments. It's only fitting that we choose that emoji for this video. I have just been listening to the soundtrack, as I mentioned, and I did go on Twitter and I kind of fell down a Little Mermaid hole. I'm desperate to go and see it again, guys. I just loved it so much and it was so nostalgic for me, but fresh and new as well, which is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, a very successful day. Spent too much on books, watched The Little Mermaid, came back, had some good food, and now I'm ready to settle down for the evening, but to do that off camera. Sorry guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I do like filming these. I feel like it's easier for me to film these types of videos than weekly vlogs sometimes, because that's obviously over a longer period of time. And I thought since I was doing a few different fun things today that I would take you along with me. So I really do hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button if you would like to see more content from me. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye.